Hi, this is Kent, and this is Blues Piano Lick number 6. On this one, we involve two hands, but the left hand stays fixed in one position, so it doesn't really present a major coordination problem. But it is necessary to use the left hand in this one because it provides a chord, a solid chord underneath what you're playing in the right hand. We're going to start in the key of C like we usually do, C blues. The left hand has this shape to it in the key. We're using this over a C7 chord. This type of chord is called a dominant 7 sharp 9, or it can be called an augmented ninth chord. And basically we've got the third of the dominant 7. There's the regular dominant 7 in root position. Our pinky is on the third, 1, 2, 3. The index is on the 7th of the chord, and then the thumb has a really biting sound with the flat 3, or the minor third here. So we've got this conflict between the major third and the minor third, which is a really bluesy type of thing. So, great chord. All right, so on the right hand, I'm going to start with the 5th of the chord. And I'm going to go. Now you can't see this upper note here on my display. That's a pinky on the C, and I'm rolling the octave, going. But when I did the riff, I'm actually starting on my thumb. So I'm using pedal here. I'm not holding it down the whole time. That's the sustain pedal, by the way. I'm not holding it down the whole time. I pick it up and push it back down occasionally. I'm not going to talk about pedaling technique here, and let me just go ahead and play it without pedal. So in a certain context, you can definitely use it without the pedal. If you're familiar with using the sustain pedal, you might want to play around with doing that in order to tie all these octaves together smoothly. Okay, so this idea is that I call this locked rhythm because every time I hit a note in the right hand, I'm also hitting the chord in my left. So I'm varying it here, just using notes from the blues scale. This whole thing is basically just a blues scale run, starting on the 5th step of the blues scale. So you can vary this to your heart's content using the blues scale. Let's say I was going to go down. This type of riff is really great when you're reaching sort of a climax, or you want to build up to an exciting part of your solo. Okay? So you notice I'm even up here, kind of hitting this most of the time. Locked rhythm. Sometimes you'll hear the term locked hands, which is a jazz technique for the most part. The difference with locked hands is that usually both hands are moving up and down together. So within the same chord, let's say it's a D minor 7, the left hand would be something like that, where we're actually both moving up and down together. But this is just the rhythmic figure on both hands is the same, while the left hand is staying stable in one spot. So I'm calling that locked rhythm. Okay, so you want to transpose that and play around in other keys, So like on a D7, you want to find that sharp 9 chord. So remember the formula is to go to the root of your dominant 7 and you find the third, which is the second note of the chord. This guy. Then you want to find the 7th. There's the 7th here. So you have this interval here, which is a tritone. You go 3rd, 7th, or if you want to break it into intervals, you got the 3rd and a tritone, and then you're going to go up a perfect 4th, if you're thinking intervals. If you're thinking members of the scale, you'd have the 3rd, the flat 7, and the sharp 9. Okay, because here's the root, here's the 9th, and then if we're going to raise that half step, we're going to have a sharp 9. Within the scale, if you're just doing like a blues scale, that would be the second step of the blues scale. So there you go. There's the chord. That's the way to find it. And then blues scale on D. Again, my upper part of my hand here is going off the display, but I can't do this chord way down here. Too muddy, all right? So you got to do it up here as far as the D7 sharp 9 goes. So, okay, this here is this is the 4 chord. The G, I'm doing it as a 13th. All right, so in my video on contemporary left-hand voicings, you can learn about this type of voicing on the G7. Or, okay, so there's no rule that you have to use the dominant 7 sharp 9, obviously. You could use the regular dominant here. Really powerful sound. I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned for piano lick number 7.